up, my fellow YouTube and sneakerheads? It's your boy. I'm back with another sneaker review. Haven't done one in quite a while. Just been busy. And I haven't really been. I haven't been slinging too much on the sneaker game, but I did participate in a Nike Shock Drop the other day, and I actually won it. Which I gotta say, I the last two I think that I tried, I was actually successful. But today's review is based on a drop that's coming out on May 4th. That's right, the Jordan 4 Military Blue. Now, I wasn't a big fan of the Jordan 4. Like, I always liked the lines, but I always thought these were not comfortable shoes. I mean, yeah, I have a few pairs of them. You know what it is? They used to take a long time to break in. They were heavy, they were clunky. I don't know how the originals were because I didn't have a pair. But like all the re-releases of them, they just weren't my go-to sneaker. They took a long time to break in. They were like narrow. They weren't comfortable. But these new Jordan 4s, ever since they dropped that Bread Reimagined, actually even before that, they came out with a Jordan 4 skateboarder version. And they changed the layout of the shoe a little bit. Nothing you could notice by eye, but they made it slightly wider, a little bit more flexible. And I mean, they're using nicer leather. And they put a thicker cushioning in the shoe. It's actually a very, very comfortable shoe. I bought the Jordan Bread 4s, and only because I always wanted them. And they had that reimagined one with the nice supple black leather, which they should have done that from the right from the get-go. And that's the same cut as that skateboarder Jordan 4, and I've been wearing that shoe like nonstop. So, I was excited to get my hands on a pair of these. I always liked this colorway. This is the Jordan 4 Military Blue. But see, here's the thing. This is a re-release of an OG colorway. When the Jordan 4 dropped, it came in three colorways. It came in the Fire Red, which I have, the Bread, and the Military Blue. I never understood why they called this Military Blue until recently. I did a little research on it. So, the reason that Jordan never wore these on court, but he did wear them a lot, like at press conferences and stuff like that in 1984. And they were a very popular color. The reason they called them Military Blue is because Jordan's brother, or one of his brothers, was in the Air Force at the time. And he wanted to give a little nod or a little tip of the hat, so to speak, to his brother. So he pressured Nike or approached them and said, come up with a color, or a colorway for my brother. And this is what they came up with. This blue, his brother, like I said, his brother was in the Air Force. This color blue is actually the color of the dress uniform for the United States Air Force, and so are the other colors involved in the shoe, like the gray and the white. Those are all Air Force colors, so that's why this was called Military Blue. Fun little fact. Now, every sneakerhead knows when drops are coming before they come. So we know, like at the beginning of the year, what's going to be dropping throughout the whole year. So this was one of the re-releases for 24. It was a very excited re-release. They did it right. As you can see, they put the original Nike logo on the heel tab, which is that's a little nod to an OG shoe, because after I think the 12, they dropped that and they went with the Jumpman logo. But anyhow, so for the longest time they would say they were re-releasing these, and they were calling it the Military Blue. When they finally did drop them, they changed the name, and I don't know why. At least I didn't until I got the shoe. And I still am not 100% sure why. They called it the Industrial Blue. So nobody has done a review on these yet. So I figured, you know what, let me just drop one real quick, just to give you guys a little heads up, because like I said, this is coming out May 4th. It's dropping on the Nike app. So this time around, they're calling it the Industrial Blue. Not quite sure why. It's a little different. Then you can't really tell. Maybe in this light you can, but it's a little bit different than the OG Military Blue, and here's why. Aside from the cut, that has nothing to do with it. The OG Military Blues this upper part was bright white. Maybe from the lighting you can tell. This is not exactly a pure white. It's kind of like an off, it's a combination of like an off-white and like a grayish blue. It's not bad. I like it. But it's the OG one is like you could tell here, like this is like a bright white, and this is kind of got like a bluish hue to it. And on the box, let me see, it doesn't really, on the box, and as you can see, it's a typical Jordan 4 box. Got to put the specs on because I'm half Chicago. Okay, so the colorway on the box is off-white, military blue, and that's it. So it's still called military blue on the colorway, but they're calling it industrial blue. This matters to sneakerheads. I don't know why. I'm still referring to it as the military blue. But like I said, on the OG pair, this was a brighter white. This is kind of like an off-white, like a grayish blue. Now, I'm going to chalk it up to the fact that Jordan Brand has been doing a lot of these reimagined type of pairs. Like they take they just take the original shoe and kind of put a little spin on it, a little riff. Like they did that with the, with the Jordan 1 Chicagos. They gave it that patina, that old, like it was like sitting on a shelf for 30 years. They did it with the Fire Red 3s. They did it with the Game Royal Jordan 1s where they released it in a suede rather than a leather. And same with the Jordan 4 Breads. They reversed it. They released it in a leather rather than a suede. So although they didn't call this a reimagined, I'm sort of thinking it's in that style because they did that with another pair of Jordan 1s. If you remember, was it 2 years ago? They had a Jordan 1 Bread, which that's a classic colorway. They re-released it, but they re-released it in a patent leather. They didn't call it a reimagined, but that was kind of like the kickoff for that whole reimagined line. So I'm thinking this is sort of in that way, only because it's definitely an OG re-release because they wouldn't have put the Nike Air tab on the back. But aside from that, clean looking shoe. Okay, I think this. I mean, this is a good color for spring. Great color for summer. Nice, clean. Pairs with just about anything. You can wear this with black jeans. You can wear it with regular jeans. You can even throw this on with khakis, whatever. With 4s, I tend to like to wear, like normally when I wear jeans with sneakers, I kind of stack them a little bit behind the tongue. I usually go with more of a tapered fitting jean, but with 4s lately, I don't know. I think I'm just, I'm lately digging these with like a straight cut jean, like a little bit on a looser fit, and kind of just cover the top and just let it stack a little bit. I don't know, for some reason with 4s, I think that looks better. Great with shorts. Like I said, it's going to be a good shoe for the summer. Now, this blue is a funky blue. It's not exactly a royal blue. It's definitely not navy. It's kind of in between. It's a little bit muted. But you could pair this with just about any other kind of blue. You could wear it with a royal blue. This would look great with like a navy blue Yankee hat, I think. You could do white. You could even do gray because you got a little gray on the toe box here. The thing about blues is you could take a bunch of different shades of blue and kind of all wear them together and it works. You can't do that with a lot of colors. Like, I mean, you can maybe do it with grays and silvers, and you definitely can't do it with reds. So that's that's why I have a lot of blue sneakers. But like I said, yeah, these are cool. Very comfortable. I tried them on. They come with this, typically the hang tags on the Jordan 4s had like the metal chain. This one, they went dinky on it. I don't know why. It's about a $200 shoe. Like I said, I got this on the Nike Shock Drop. And here's why I don't think this is going to be I think everybody should be able to cop a pair who wants a pair. Because typically with Shock Drops, if you don't nail it within the first minute, you're not getting it. I got the notification and didn't notice it until 5 minutes later. I'm like, shit, let me try it. So I went on. They weren't sold out yet. I hit the buy button, put me in line, and 2 seconds later, I got that little thing. Got them, So normally that doesn't happen on a Shock Drop. Okay, so this time around it did, and that's like I said, this is dropping May 4th. I don't think these sold out as fast on the shock drop, and I think you should be able to get a pair without any issue on the Nike app and just pay retail price for it. And I think the reason behind that is because they changed the name from military blue to industrial blue. Like I said, with some sneakerheads, that makes a big difference, and I think that turns some diehards off. Me, I don't give a shit. I like the shoe. That's why I bought it. But like I said, you should have no problem getting it on Nike. If for some reason you can't, you'll always be able to find these on StockX. Right now, these are selling for around $350, between $350 and $380. Reason because, see, shock drops can help a sneaker reseller and they can hurt you. Okay, like I've noticed, like if there's a shock drop, you throw your stuff right up on StockX because whoever can't get it's going to be in the feeding frenzy mentality. They're going to go right to StockX. They'll pay like $400 for that shoe just to get it before the drop. Now, the drop comes. Right before that drop comes, you're going to see the StockX price go down a little bit. After the worldwide release, whoever couldn't get a pair is going to go to StockX and you're going to see the price inflate again. Now, the problem is it's an artificial inflation because if you wait like 3-4 days, that price is going to tank. So if you don't get a pair on Nike on May 4th, wait 3 or 4 days, go on to StockX, put your bid in. I guarantee you'll probably be able to get this for very close to retail, if not below retail. That's why I said shock drops can help you. They can hurt you. Yeah, I think everybody should be able to get a pair. You'll be able to pair. This is an easy shoe to pair with different outfits. You'll be wearing this thing all spring, all summer long. You'll get a lot of use out of it. It's pretty versatile colorway. I like it. And like I said, the new 4s are very, very comfortable. Easy, they break in easy. The leather, the quality of this leather is pretty nice. You got a little nubuck wrapped around the toe box. Okay. The only thing is, like I said, and I've said this before in sneaker reviews, as much as I like the clean look of a light colored shoe bottom, they also drive me nuts because they get so fucking dirty. So if you're like me and you're the type of guy that takes their shoes off right after they wear them and cleans the shit out of them, the best thing to clean these with is a nail brush, maybe a little OxiClean, and a magic eraser. Keeps them looking nice and crispy. So that's it. That's your sneaker review. Go out, grab yourself a pair of Jordan 4 military blue, industrial blue, whatever the hell you want to call them. May 4th on the Nike app. You heard it here first. I'll see you when I see you, kids.